Esther, when did you realize that you had a real star on your hands in your nephew, Elvis Presley?
Well, before Elvis cut his first record, you see, we was all working at what you call a Precision 2 company. It was government contracts. Well, due at the time, Elvis was underage, but we got him on by knowing the right person. So when they found out he was under 21, so they laid him off, you know. And so during the time, I was telling him all the time, I'd say, you know, I'd been listening to his singing around, you know, for a year or two. It was kind of odd, you know. He'd start off with blues like, you know. I said, man, that ain't gonna get it, you know. So really, that was the kind of people was wanting anyway, you know. So when he stopped and come out with his first record, and it just went wild. And all the Precision 2 people, after meeting Elvis, you know, because he worked there for a while, they went wild too, you know. Going out, but one guy said he can't even sing, you know, but when you hear that, he changed his mind, you know. So from the very beginning, you realized. Yeah, I realized. But did you have any idea of the amount of money there was to be made in the record? No, or do you think Elvis and his father ever knew? I don't think so. No, I know he used to tell me, he said, Uncle Vester, you should know how many these records pay off just from people calling in and plugging my record. Thousands and thousands of dollars. See, I didn't know they'd done that, you know, back then. That you got paid because somebody called in and plugged your record. Yeah. But he said it's just thousands of dollars coming in where they'd call in and plug his record. So I didn't know a thing about it. Did Elvis ever sit down with you, just as uncle and nephew, yeah, and just visit a lot? Yeah, we used to do that a lot years back, you know. Of course, as I said, in the later years, I'd say 4 or 5 years before he died, it got a little farther apart, you know. Because he'd come in and he'd be tired, and we didn't bother him. So I guess that's the reason maybe that he was dead and we didn't know it, because we wasn't about to go up there and bother him, because he'd go to sleep in the mornings and he'd wake up in the evenings. So he'd have his time set for us to wake him, or them, the maids, to wake him up when to get up, you know. So therefore that's the reason he was dead as long as he was. I had often heard that Elvis had closed-circuit television up in his room, and that he watched the fans down at the gate. Yes, that was one of his favorite pastimes. Did he do that? That's true. Yes, he did. That was. Did he ever call down and ask who somebody was, and you find out names for him? And one time he did. He called down and said, "Uncle Vest said, who's that girl in a red dress on that?" I said, "Tell her she can come up." You know. Oh, really? Yeah. Who was it? Do you remember? Seemed me like it's a girl from Nashville, somewhere up there. I bet she couldn't believe it. No, but she went up that hill. I don't know, when I told her about it, she got awful shaky, you know, and she said, I guess so. She asked, could she carry another girl with her? I said, no, you just asked for one, you know. So she did go up there, and so she's in and out 2 or 3 days. All right, Vester, who gave you the permission for people to pass in and out of that gate? Could you only take orders from Elvis? No. I'd take my orders from Vernon at that time, you know, because Elvis would give him the orders. He'd tell his daddy what to do, or whether he should open or not, you know. Well, that was Elvis's idea, to open to the public. It's kind of hard to realize it, you know. Anybody just opened to the front door to, 500 or 600 to 3,000 a day back in those days, you know, or maybe more. I saw as high as 20, 30 buses there in one day, you know, in and out, from all over the country. Plus you people that come. These people really didn't expect to see him either, did they? No, not really. What is it they were looking for? I don't know. What are they looking for today? I don't know, but they're still there. And back in those days, they'd hang around the gate all night long, maybe 50, 200 people. I saw that many as 200 around the gate all night long. Just sitting there, we'd open the gates and let them come in and sit down and plumb up that curb, you know. So they'd wait there to see if he'd come out, I think. Just to look at him? Yes, So how did he affect you, Vester? Were you overwhelmed by your nephew? Well, at Ram Home I wasn't, but on the stage he changed, you know, to me too. It was different. I don't know, it's like looking at a stranger or something, you know, because when he went into that mood to sing and stuff, it was a whole lot different than being at home. It didn't seem like Elvis, really. Is that right? That's right. Just a whole different person? Yeah, a whole different person. Where did he get his musical ability? You pick and sing a little.
How
about his mother or his daddy?
Well, his mother could play a French harp, harmonica, what are you going to call it? His
juice
father,
harp.
Yeah, juice harp. His father never played any kind of instrument, anything like that, but he had a beautiful voice for singing. He could really sing, you know.
Vernon?
Yes, he did, but he never did do much of it, you know.
Where did they start singing? In church?
In church. We used to see me and my brother and all of us would get together on weekends and sing a lot, you know, because they'd find a guy with a piano, you know, organ like. I believe it's organ. So I'd play with my sister-in-law, and I'd pick the guitar, and she'd...
Did Elvis have a good voice at an early age?
Yes, he did. It's unusual, very unusual, but it was a good voice.
Did he have any lessons when he was growing up?
No, ma'am.
I guess there was no money for anything like that.
There was no money. And another thing, people wouldn't take any... Well, they just didn't try to give you a boost to help you anyway. I know back in my days, I might have had pretty good luck if I had somebody kind of pick me up and give me a shove, you know.
Is that why you think Elvis did that with so many people? He had lots of people on his payroll, didn't he?
That's right.
Do you have any idea how many, Vester?
Well, right there at Graceland alone was 37, you know.
On a weekly payroll?
Well, yes, that's right. That's counting the boys that went on the road with him and what we had there. There was around 20, let's see, about 23, and it's around 37, I think, was on payroll. But there's 10 or 12 that travel with him all the time. So I think maybe he had to have them because it was on the road. It's pretty bad on him.
What do you think about some of the buddies and some of the people who work for him and all? What's your feeling about some of the books that they've written?
Well, Marge, no comments, really. I just, you know.
Well, how about the commercialism surrounding Graceland out there now?
Well, during, just like the day my brother died, you know, I had to go out there and get a little rough with some of them, you know, speak pretty rough to them, but I don't like to do that, but he's kind of felt...
well, sometimes you have to, I guess.
It made me feel very bad, you know. They knew he was dead because the news people were around there and your cameras, and they're still hollering to buy you souvenirs at my shop and hand them out there and walking between me and guys. So I got a little irritated and run out there and told me if they didn't stop, I'd have them locked up. So the cops was very nice. They come out there and made them stop for 3 or 4 days. So.
But Vester, people want something with Elvis on it, Elvis in it, Elvis around
that stuff. That's right. So I don't know. You can't have too much to say about the people, you know. Everybody's got to make a living, you know. So I'm not knocking.
But somebody's buying it, or they wouldn't stay in business.
That's true. And if one don't sell it to them, another one will. So whether it's across the street or whether it's up the road or what. But to us, it never has looked too good. But you know, a lot of those people I like over there.
Vester, do you think that Graceland itself, maybe in particular the trophy room, will ever be open to the fans?
I sure do. I think it will later on, you know. There was some talk of it before Vernon died. It's opened up the trophy room and charging a small price to go up to where people could afford it, but still it helped support the place. So I think there's still a chance it might open, maybe sooner than it was.
Well, that'll help the memories to live on
Very
forever.
much. I think the people, well, if I had never saw the trophy room, I'd be glad to give $5 because it's beautiful.
Oh, I bet it is.
And they rearrange it and make walkways through there.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it too. Well, Vester, we thank you for your book.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for sharing your memories of Elvis.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you.